Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point is Disney's brand new resort in the Bahamas. If you have a Disney cruise going to Lookout Cay or thinking of planning one, then this video is for you, as we cover every square inch of this island, showing you everything you need to know. That way you're one step ahead of everyone else on board. Up next. Welcome aboard, cruisers. I'm Don B from Eat Sleep Cruise, where we help you see the world one port at a time. We've been to Disney's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point twice now. We're back, have cooled off, and we're armed with all the details and insider tips you need to make the most of your time ashore on this private island. But of course, if you have any questions at all about Disney Cruise Line or Lookout Cay, please leave them in the comment section below as we answer every single question. Now, if you're watching this video, odds are you're aware that Lookout Cay is Disney's private destination located at the southern end of the island of Eleuthera, which is located east of Nassau and south of Disney's other private Bahamian destination, Castaway Cay. However, unlike Castaway Cay, Lookout Cay is not really a private island. It's actually a 700-acre area of land on the Bahamian island of Eleuthera, which is very near to Princess Cruises' Princess Cay. Now, if you're watching this video and want to book a cruise that goes to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, you're in luck. In 2024, Disney Magic, Disney Fantasy, and Disney Dream all offer cruises that visit Lookout Cay. In 2025, Disney Wish will also offer sailings to this private Bahamian destination. Now, Heidi and I are not travel agents. That's why we've partnered with MEI Travel. They are the trusted travel partner of Eat Sleep Cruise. If you're interested in booking a Disney cruise, check out our exclusive link in the description down below that will take you to MEI's latest cruise deals and promotions, and you can request your free, no-obligation cruise quote. The good news here is that Lookout Cay has a pier. Thus, cruisers can just walk ashore from the ship. However, you'll need to prepare yourself for quite the hike to get there. It takes approximately 1,200 steps, or roughly half a mile, to get from the ship to Mabrika Cove. While those with accessibility needs can request a transfer from the ship, this service is limited, meaning most guests will need to walk. Unfortunately, currently there's no shade or benches to rest along the way. It's then a 10-minute ride from Mabrika Cove tram stop to the Goombay Cultural Center tram stop, where most of the facilities are located. While this could be walkable in the future, it's quite a distance, and there are currently no paved paths. Once at the Goombay Cultural Center tram stop, there are mostly paved paths and wooden boardwalks to navigate the area. Lookout Cay is divided into 3 different areas. The first area you encounter is Mabrika Cove. Along with the tram stop in Mabrika Cove, you'll find the Turbot berth for charter boat rentals, the Mangroves and Go, which serve specialty coffees like the Junkanoo Latte, Dole Whip, and draft beer, as well as a small merchandise kiosk called First and Last Chance Stop. There's also the Mabrika Cove Cabanas, or the Family Cabanas. These cabanas are rather secluded from the rest of Lookout Cay and have a great view of your cruise ship from the beach. In case you're wondering, there is a dedicated food and bar area for these cabanas, so you won't have to trek all the way to Goombay for food and drinks. Off the Goombay Cultural Center tram stop is where you'll find all the major amenities, dining, bars, and shopping options near Family Beach. When you exit the tram, the gathering tree is to the left, where you'll meet for many of the shore excursions and tours that occur on Lookout Cay. To the right is Rocky Point. It's a hut for bicycle rentals. Though during our visits, we were told only organized bike tours are available at this time. Immediately beyond the tram stop, there are crew members handing out towels for your day ashore and an information hut. There are also 2 shops, Disney Tings for all your Lookout Cay merchandise and the Treasures of Eleuthera selling local crafts. From here, if you head straight towards the beach, you'll find the Cultural Center where activities occur throughout the day. However, you might want to explore more of the island. So you have to decide whether to head left, eventually making your way to Serenity Bay, or right towards the majority of other amenities at Lookout Cay. If you head right, there's the vast Family Beach, the Rush Out Gush Out Family Water Play Area, sensational smoothies, the Watering Hole and Reef and Rec Bars, the True True Barbecue, Sebastian's Cove Youth Area, the Play Pavilion for family activities, and the nature trail, which leads to the namesake lighthouse. If you head to the left, there's a flipper and fin snorkel rental hut, the bow and ribbon bar, and the True 2 barbecue. The third area north of Family Beach is Serenity Bay. Serenity Bay is the adults-only area on Lookout Cay, and it consists of the Serenity Bay Cabanas, the Serenity Bay Barbecue, a beach, and the Blue Hole Bar. One nice design feature of Lookout Cay is that most of the bars have restrooms conveniently located on the opposite side of the building. There are actually 9 restroom locations scattered throughout Lookout Cay. You're probably paying a pretty penny to sail on Disney Cruise Line. So the good news is, once your ship arrives at Lookout Cay, many of the ashore activities are free. When you think of a cruise line private island, you probably envision stretches of beautiful manicured beaches. Disney's Lookout Cay is exactly that. In fact, we think the water and beaches are much nicer on Lookout Cay than its sister island, Castaway Cay. Unlike Castaway Cay though, Family Beach and Serenity Beach are along the same stretch of beach with not much separation. Family Beach is the larger of the 2 beaches and is a true gem. Serenity Bay Beach is the adults-only area, as I mentioned. However, it's much smaller and less private when compared to its counterpart on Castaway Cay. Both beaches are lined with plenty of lounge chairs and colorful umbrellas, although most of the chairs are found above the sand dunes, meaning guests will have to use the small bridges to cross the dunes and access the water. Most of these bridges have stairs, but there are a few strategically positioned with ramps as well. We had no issues finding lounge chairs on Family Beach, but the seating on Serenity Bay Beach was full shortly after the ship's arrival. While snorkeling equipment can be rented, there is no dedicated snorkeling lagoon on Lookout Cay like there is on Castaway Cay. Disney's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point has a variety of activities for families to enjoy for a day of fun in the sun. The Rush Out Gush Out water play area is designed for younger children. It features 2 slides, water drums, fountains, and more. The Play Pavilion is a second covered gaming area with life-size games like Connect 4 and Jenga, hula hoops, mini soccer nets, and more. It's certainly not as elaborate as the In the Shade games on Castaway Cay though. Of note, there's no basketball court or in-water play areas on Lookout Cay like there are on Castaway Cay. Disney's Lookout Cay features a Little Mermaid themed youth area. Sebastian's Cove is for children ages 3 to 10 years old. We got to explore the area a bit during an open house and thought it was a decent size. Its focal point is an under-the-sea water play area, but there's also plenty of sand for building sand castles and playing games with the youth activity staff. There's even a small lunch pavilion here. However, there's no dedicated equivalent to Vibe or Edge on Disney's Lookout Cay. The Play Pavilion currently doubles as a meeting spot for teens and tweens. The signature island activity is Rush, a Junkanoo celebration. This cultural performance occurs at the Goombay Cultural Center twice daily. During our visits, the show times were 12 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. This celebration is roughly 10 minutes and features costume dancers and a band. The Goombay Cultural Center also holds craft sessions and informational presentations about the Bahamian culture and Junkanoo throughout the day. Another family-friendly activity that's signature to Lookout Cay is the Fun in the Sun Beach Bash. This activity occurs at the Play Pavilion and features Disney characters and games that all family members will enjoy. There's also a nature trail that leads to the namesake lighthouse. This trail is a compacted dirt path that begins past the Reef and Rec Bar and leads to the lighthouse. There are Discovery Trail signs along the way. Many of them include QR codes, that way you can scan them to learn more about the local flora and fauna. And it wouldn't be a Disney cruise without character meet and greets. Throughout the day, guests can take photos with their favorite Disney characters donned in Bahamian outfits that are exclusive to Lookout Cay. Located near the True barbecue, you'll find Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, Chip and Dale, and Daisy and Donald at various times. Of course, just be prepared to wait in line. Disney's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point has plenty of food and drink options too. Most of these items are complimentary, minus the bars. There are 3 food stations on the island that serve a buffet-style barbecue lunch. There's True Barbecue, True True 2 Barbecue, and the Serenity Bay Barbecue. All three locations serve mostly the same items, including some Bahamian-inspired dishes. The menu features marinated grilled snapper, rotisserie chicken, ribs, hot dogs and hamburgers, spicy chicken sandwiches, chicken and seafood rice bowls, and even a few plant-based options. Of course, there's dessert items like cookies, and it wouldn't be a cruise without some soft serve ice cream. If you have any allergies, you can arrange with your waiter ahead of time to pick up your food at the True True 2 barbecue location. Just make sure to ask to see the allergy-friendly menu. Depending on what time your ship is in port, lunch is generally served from around 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. In addition to these barbecue spots, there are several covered seating pavilions located nearby each one. The seating area at Serenity Bay is particularly small, but honestly, at peak lunch times, you might have trouble finding seats at any of these locations. Currently, there's also an issue with flies near these food pavilions. You may notice some tabletop fly swatters at the food pavilions, and while these help a little bit, it was a bit of a hassle eating our lunch both days we were at Lookout Cay. There's no need to buy soda or bottled water at Disney's Lookout Cay, as there are fountain beverage stations throughout the island. If you bring a refillable water bottle like a Yeti or a Stanley, it will certainly stay cold longer and save you from multiple walking trips. These stations include water, soda, and even some vitamin water and Powerade options. Now, if you want to enjoy an alcoholic beverage during your time on Disney's Lookout Cay, these drinks will cost you extra. There are 4 bars on Lookout Cay: the Blue Hole Bar in Serenity Bay, and then the Bow and Ribbon Bar, Watering Hole Bar, and Ref and Reek Bar, which are all along Family Beach. While the Blue Hole Bar does have its own unique menu, the 3 remaining bars on Family Beach all have the same menu. There are also servers roaming the beach areas to take your drink orders. The signature island drinks are the Eleuthera Euphoria and the non-alcoholic Butterfly Switcha. The Eleuthera Euphoria is made with Gosling's Spirited Seas ocean-aged rum, pineapple, and Dole Whip, of course. In addition to these bars, there's also the previously mentioned Mangroves and Go, located in Mabrika Cove, and the Sensational Smoothies. This bar serves up frozen and specialty non-alcoholic drinks like the Pineapple Pleaser, made with Dole Whip pineapple, marshmallow cream, and graham crackers. If you want a souvenir from Disney's Lookout Cay, you can purchase any of these drinks in the signature pineapple souvenir cup, similar to the coconut cup from Castaway Cay. If you are looking for more than just a beach day, there are other activities on Lookout Cay that will cost you extra money. Besides alcoholic beverages, coffee, and smoothies, you'll need to scan your Key to the World card or your Disney Band Plus for shopping purchases. You'll also have to pay extra for shore excursions and cabana rentals. Of note, there are currently no spa services available on Lookout Cay. As mentioned earlier, there are 2 cabana locations on Lookout Cay. The family cabanas are located in Mabrika Cove, and the adults-only cabanas are located at Serenity Bay. There are regular cabanas that hold up to 10 guests, and grand cabanas that can hold up to 16 guests at both locations. Of course, pricing can change at any time, but during our cruise, the family cabanas at Mabrika Cove were $963 for up to 6 guests. Those grand family cabanas were $1,300 for up to 10 guests, whereas the Serenity Bay cabanas were $523 for up to 4 guests, and grand Serenity Bay cabanas were $963 for up to 10 guests, and you can add additional guests up to the maximum for $56 per guest. Like most cruise line private islands, Disney's Lookout Cay also features a number of shore excursions that are available for purchase pre-cruise or once on board your ship. While only a select number of tours are currently available, Disney does have plans for a variety of water-based and land-based tours throughout the island. Some of these tours include various snorkeling by boat options, island tours, nature and buggy tours, and more. While prices may vary, these tours can range from something as inexpensive as a $59 banana boat ride to $109 for a snorkeling adventure, all the way up to $799 for a private island tour. Staff indicated that it would be several weeks before bike rentals would be available. We also were able to confirm that there will be a Lookout Cay 5K, similar to the one on Castaway Cay, but the timeline of when it will be available is still unknown. On Lookout Cay, you'll find 3 shopping areas and the Plaits and Pleats hair braiding stand. The first and last chance stand at Mabrika Cove is a small kiosk, while the Disney Tings is the much larger Disney merchandise shop. Here, you'll find exclusive Lookout Cay merchandise, along with other Disney Cruise Line keepsakes. Think t-shirts, spirit jerseys, mini ears, ornaments, lounge fly backpacks, and more. Across from Disney Tings is the Treasures of Eleuthera. This shop features handmade Bahamian goods, but it was pretty empty during our visits. Like most things Disney, if you do want to purchase any merchandise, be prepared to wait in line. The lines were quite long in the morning during our initial sailing. If you don't want to chance something selling out, you may decide to wait in line. Otherwise, you can always stop in later in the day. Whether this is your first cruise with Disney, or you're a seasoned Castaway Club member, you can't go wrong with either of Disney's private destinations in the Bahamas. Though there are certainly pros and cons to the new Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. The beach consisted of soft, powdery sand leading to crystal clear water. The private destination is easy to navigate, and we liked the mix of concrete pathways and wooden boardwalks leading from one location to the next. We loved the vibrant colors and architectural design. We also appreciated the little Bahamian touches like the Junkanoo celebration and the local menu items on the buffet. However, we did miss the seclusion of Serenity Bay at Castaway Cay and thought the area was too small on Lookout Cay. There was also not much shade to be found anywhere on the resort, especially during the long walk down the pier. On a similar note, there's no seating anywhere on the pier, nor near the tram stops for those needing a seat to rest while waiting. The flies were a big issue near the food stations, as I already mentioned, making it difficult to eat lunch without constantly swatting these insects away. Further, the separation between Mabrika Cove and the rest of the amenities is not ideal either, especially for those opting for a family cabana. While we don't have kids, we could see families missing some of the options at Castaway Cay, like the snorkeling trail, Pelican Plunge, or In the Shade Game Pavilion. While we enjoyed our 2 visits to Lookout Cay, we don't see it adding much to the Disney experience beyond what Castaway Cay already offers. Honestly, there's really nothing that would lead us to pick an itinerary calling in Lookout Cay over one in Castaway Cay. Perhaps one of the biggest surprises visiting Lookout Cay was the Wi-Fi. If you purchase a Disney Wi-Fi package on board the ship, the service actually does extend to the private destination as well. During our visits, the Wi-Fi actually works pretty well on Lookout Cay, as opposed to Castaway Cay, where the signal can be pretty spotty and actually only really works when you're very close to the ship. Given the internet connection, the Disney Navigator app does work on Lookout Cay. So while you're off the ship enjoying your time ashore, you can still view the Navigator app with a list of daily activities and such. However, whether your cell phone will work on Lookout Cay does depend on your cellular carrier and your international plan coverage. If you take your cell phone out of airplane mode while on the island, you may incur additional fees. If the Bahamas is included in your international plan, then you might be able to use cell service at Lookout Cay. At least we did have cell service on the island. Now we're sure after watching this video, you're super excited to plan a cruise that goes to Disney's Lookout Cay. But before you do, you will want to check out our cruise mistakes video right here on YouTube. Sadly, we still see even seasoned cruisers making huge mistakes when planning their cruise or while on board. So in that video, we uncover all these mishaps and what you can do to avoid them. That way, you're one step of everyone else on board and your next cruise is smooth sailing.